Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today we're talking about one of the most fascinating coins in modern US history, the 1999 New Jersey $quarter. At first glance, it may look like just another coin in your change, but this little piece of metal carries stories of history, design, and hidden value that every coin lover should know. So sit back, listen carefully, and let's uncover what makes this state quarter so interesting and sometimes surprisingly valuable. The 1999 New Jersey quarter was the third coin released in the 50-state quarters program, following Delaware and Pennsylvania. It was first issued on May 17, 1999, and it proudly features General George Washington leading his troops across the Delaware River, a moment that changed the course of American history. The motto, Crossroads of the Revolution, reminds us that New Jersey was the center of many critical Revolutionary War events. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which has appeared on quarters since 1932. This coin was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced about 363 million pieces, while Denver made nearly 300 million. That's over 660 million coins, so yes, in circulation it's quite common. However, what truly separates valuable New Jersey quarters from the ordinary ones are condition, mint errors, and a few rare varieties that have thrilled collectors for years. If you find one of these quarters with heavy wear, its worth is its face value, 25 cents. But when you find one in mint state condition, with full shine and no scratches, you could be looking at a few dollars. Some collectors have paid up to $4 for a perfect uncirculated example graded mint state 65. The real excitement, however, begins with errors. There are some incredible error varieties of the 1999 New Jersey quarter that can turn an everyday coin into a true treasure. One of the most famous is the transitional error struck on an experimental golden planchet, a blank intended for the upcoming Sacagawea dollar. Only a handful of these golden-colored New Jersey quarters were ever discovered, and they stand among the rarest modern U.S. mint mistakes. One of them sold at auction for around $3,760, an unbelievable return for a single quarter. Collectors have also reported off-center strikes where the design is noticeably shifted, broad strikes with expanded rims, and die cracks that look like raised lines or fractures across the surface. Depending on how dramatic these errors are, their values can range from $50 to over $100. Even smaller die breaks can make a coin desirable to specialists. Condition is another key factor. Coins that have never been used, those stored carefully since release, often show strong luster and sharp details. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint, especially the silver proofs, shine with mirror-like surfaces and deep contrast, making them popular among serious collectors. So if you have a jar of old change lying around, now is the perfect time to take a closer look. Check every 1999 New Jersey quarter for unusual colors, misaligned strikes, or even subtle cracks. Weigh them carefully. A coin that feels heavier or lighter might be struck on the wrong planchet. These details can make all the difference between an ordinary quarter and a collectible piece worth serious money. Let's recap the real-world market prices. A circulated 1999 New Jersey quarter usually trades for 25 cents. An uncirculated mint state coin can bring around $3 to $4. Silver-proof versions might reach $10 to $20. Error coins, depending on rarity, can jump to hundreds, while the legendary golden experimental planchet quarter has achieved prices of over $3,760 at auction. Top 2. We are diving into the fascinating story of the United States of America quarter dollar, the 2013 Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial Quarter. This coin may look like an ordinary 25-cent piece, but what if I told you that some of these quarters can be worth far more than their face value? Stay tuned, because this coin carries a story of history, artistry, and a few rare mistakes that make collectors all over the country hunt for it passionately. The Perry's Victory quarter was released in the spring of 2013 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series. It honors the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial located in Put-in Bay, Ohio, a monument dedicated to the Battle of Lake Erie and the lasting peace between the United States, Great Britain, and Canada after the War of 1812. The reverse design features a tall statue of Oliver Hazard Perry standing proudly before the memorial column, a powerful image symbolizing courage and peace. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington that has appeared on quarters since 1932. Now, this coin was struck in 3 main U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia version bears a P, Denver carries a D, and San Francisco coins feature an S. The San Francisco Mint produced both proof and uncirculated versions, including special silver proofs made just for collectors. While millions were minted overall, what makes certain Perry's Victory Quarters special are their pristine conditions and rare minting errors that slip through quality control. Let's talk about those errors, because this is where ordinary change can suddenly turn into treasure. Some 2013 Perry's Victory Quarters were found with dramatic off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing or shifted to one side. Others show die cracks that look like tiny raised lines across the surface, sometimes nicknamed lightning strike errors. There are also examples of double die obverse, where parts of the letters or Washington's profile appear slightly doubled, giving a ghost-like effect. Even small die chips near the lettering or the memorial can catch collector interest, especially if they're sharp and visible. Another exciting find for collectors is the color or composition anomaly. A few coins struck on slightly different metal planchets have appeared, giving them an unusual tone or golden hue. Such pieces are extremely scarce and often confirmed through professional grading and authentication. Condition is everything. Circulated Perry's Victory Quarters that have been used in everyday transactions are common, but uncirculated examples, those with full luster and no wear, command much higher interest. Proof and silver proof coins with their mirror-like finish are especially stunning, often kept in sets by serious collectors. If you have one of these coins, here's what you should look for: sharp details, clean edges, no scratches, and a strong shine. Hold it under light and look closely at Washington's face, the lettering, and the statue of Perry. Any doubling, cracks, or misalignments could mean you're holding a valuable piece of modern numismatic history. Now for the part everyone's been waiting for: the real market prices. A regular 2013 Perry's Victory Quarter found in circulation is typically worth 25 cents. But a brilliant uncirculated example can sell for around $3 to $5. Proof versions from San Francisco can reach up to $10, and the silver proofs can bring $15 to $20 depending on grade. When it comes to rare errors, values rise dramatically. Minor die cracks or off-center strikes can bring $50 to $100, while major double die or experimental planchet errors have been auctioned for several $100s. The highest recorded sale for a perfect condition Perry's Victory error coin reached around $650 at auction. Top 3. We are exploring one of the most beautiful and intriguing coins from the America the Beautiful series, the 2015 United States of America $quarter featuring Kisatchie National Forest. This coin is more than just spare change. It's a miniature work of art that tells the story of nature, history, and sometimes even hidden value. So if you're a coin lover or treasure hunter, listen carefully, because this quarter can surprise you in ways you might not expect. The Kisatchie National Forest quarter was released in 2015 to honor Louisiana's only national forest, a vast land full of wildlife and scenic beauty. The reverse design of the coin captures a breathtaking moment: a wild turkey taking flight over tall pine trees, representing the untamed spirit of nature and the strength of preservation. It's one of the most dynamic designs of the entire series, full of life and motion. On the obverse, as always, you'll find George Washington's portrait, the timeless image that has graced the quarter for decades. This coin was struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia with the letter P, Denver with the letter D, and San Francisco with the letter S. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 204 million coins, Denver made about 159 million, and San Francisco struck special collector-only coins, including beautiful silver proofs that were never meant for circulation. With such large mintages, the coin might seem common, but don't let the numbers fool you. Certain Kisatchie quarters have features that make them rare and worth much more than 25 cents. Collectors have reported fascinating mint errors that make this quarter especially valuable. Some of the most striking errors include off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, and double die varieties, where details such as letters or feathers appear slightly doubled under magnification. There are also examples of die cracks, small raised lines caused by stress on the minting die, that add a unique look to the coin. Even subtle errors like die chips or weak strikes can catch the attention of enthusiasts who hunt for unusual patterns in modern quarters. A few of the most intriguing Kisatchie quarters were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were accidentally minted on a metal blank meant for another coin. These wrong planchet errors are extremely rare and can be worth hundreds of dollars. There are also reports of missing clad layer errors, where part of the outer copper-nickel layer is gone, giving the coin a two-toned or coppery appearance. Each of these mistakes tells a story about how unpredictable and fascinating the minting process can be. Condition plays a huge role in determining value. Circulated coins that have been in pockets and cash registers are common, but uncirculated examples, especially those with full mint luster and no scratches, are much more sought after. Proof and silver-proof coins with mirror-like finishes are even more desirable, particularly if they remain sealed in their original mint packaging. So how can you tell if your Kisatchie quarter might be worth more? Look closely at the edges and the surface. Examine the lettering and Washington's face for doubling, inspect the wild turkey for clear details, and check for odd shapes or missing elements. A small imperfection could be the clue that turns an ordinary coin into a collector's prize. And now, the part everyone waits for, the real market values. A regular 2015 Kisatchie quarter in circulated condition is worth 25 cents. Uncirculated examples can bring around $2 to $5, depending on their shine and grade. Proof versions from San Francisco sell for about $8 to $12, and silver-proof coins can reach $20 or more. When it comes to mint errors, small die cracks or off-center strikes can sell for $50 to $100. Major double die or wrong planchet errors have reached prices of $300 to $500. The highest recorded auction sale for a Kisatchie quarter with a dramatic error was around $680. Top 4, we are taking a closer look at one of the most stunning coins in the America the Beautiful series, the 2013 United States $quarter honoring White Mountain National Forest. This coin may just be another piece of change to most people, but to collectors and treasure hunters, it can hold history, beauty, and even real value beyond its face. So sit back, listen carefully, and let's explore what makes this quarter so fascinating and why some versions have sold for incredible prices. The White Mountain Quarter was released in early 2013 as the first design of that year's America the Beautiful program. It celebrates the breathtaking White Mountain National Forest in New Hampshire, a symbol of peace, wilderness, and natural beauty. On the reverse side, the design shows Mount Chocorua rising high in the distance, surrounded by dense trees and open fields, capturing the calm and majesty of the American landscape. On the obverse, you'll find the classic portrait of George Washington, a design that has appeared on U.S. quarters for over 8 decades. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint struck over 176 million coins, Denver produced about 107 million, and the San Francisco mint made special proof and silver-proof coins for collectors. While the mintage numbers seem high, what sets certain White Mountain quarters apart are their errors, varieties, and pristine condition that transform them into collector treasures. Let's start with the rare errors that make this coin stand out. Some White Mountain quarters were struck slightly off-center, causing parts of the design to shift away from the rim. Others display die cracks that look like small raised lines across the mountain or the trees, tiny imperfections that attract collectors who love unique mint mistakes. There are also examples of double dies, where details like letters or branches appear slightly doubled under magnification. In rare cases, coins have been discovered with missing clad layers, exposing the copper core and giving the coin a distinct two-tone appearance. These types of errors are not only rare but can dramatically increase a coin's value. Condition also plays a huge role. A coin that's been through years of circulation may only be worth face value, but one kept in mint state condition with full shine and sharp details can fetch several times its original worth. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, with their mirror-like finish and deep contrast, are especially admired. Silver proofs, made from 90% silver, are even more desirable for both coin collectors and precious metal investors. If you're checking your change or coin collection, here's what to look for. Examine the edges for any missing layers, check for doubling in the lettering or Washington's features, and look for any unusual cracks or marks on the mountain design. Use a magnifying glass and good light. Those tiny differences could turn your coin into something special. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the real market prices. A regular 2013 White Mountain quarter found in circulation is worth about 25 cents. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded in mint state 65 or higher, can sell for around $2 to $5. Proof versions from San Francisco are typically worth between $8 and $12, while silver proof coins can bring $15 to $20 depending on condition. When it comes to errors, small die cracks or minor doubling can sell for $50 to $100. Off-center strikes or missing clad layer errors can range from $200 to $400. The rarest White Mountain quarter errors, such as dramatic off-center strikes or major double die varieties, have reached up to $700 at auction. Top 5, and last rare coin, we are talking about one of the most famous coins in modern U.S. history, the 2005 Kansas quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like any other coin, but this one hides a legendary minting mistake that turned it into a collector's dream. The Kansas quarter was released in 2005 to honor the Sunflower State. On the back, you'll see a proud bison standing beside tall sunflowers, a simple but powerful design. It was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and millions were made. But a few came out of the mint with a shocking flaw that made them famous. Some coins had grease clogging the die, which caused part of the motto, "In God We Trust," to disappear. Instead, it looked like it said, "In God We Rust." This funny but real error made headlines and became one of the most sought-after modern quarters. Collectors have also found Kansas quarters with double dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes, each one adding more value. The cleaner and rarer the error, the higher the price climbs. Now, let's talk about real value. A normal 2005 Kansas quarter is worth 25 cents. Uncirculated ones can bring around $2 to $5. Proof coins reach about $10. But the famous, "In God We Rust" error can sell from $50 to $200, and dramatic mint errors have hit auction prices near $800. So next time you see a Kansas quarter, look closely at that motto. It might just say, "In God We Rust," and that tiny mistake could turn your pocket change into real treasure.